today's video, we're going to be expanding on a previous tutorial where we created a logo for Alan Hughes Photography. What we're doing today, we are going to make a business card for him, and it's a two-sided business card. This is the front and this is the back. Okay, it's quite simple. It's just got a couple of stripes down the side of the card, some contact details with a splash of color thrown in there. The logo we've already created in a previous tutorial, so it shouldn't take us too long to piece this together in Photoshop. Okay, so let's pop over there now and make a new document. Just get the same dimensions as me here. So we've got 90mm width, 55mm height. We've got our resolution set to 300 pixels per inch with CMYK color mode selected. That's for high quality print, those last two settings. So if you're going to print something, always have those two settings right there. We click OK, and we get our canvas on the page ready to make our business card. And before we go any further, we just want to open up the logo we created in a previous tutorial. Look for your Alan Hughes Photography logo. And what we want to do is quickly change the color of this logo a little bit. Okay, what we're going to change is this ellipse. That's the circle through the middle here. We're going to change it to this bluish color over here that I've selected earlier, which is 00AEEF. That's the hexadecimal code if you're looking to get the same color as me. What I'm going to do is just double click next to ellipse 1 here. Choose color overlay. I'm going to choose normal for our blend mode. And the color we want, what did I say it was again? 00AEEF. Click on OK. The opacity should be up at 100%. And just click OK. That's the only touch we want to do to our logo. So what I'm going to do now is simply highlight all of that logo there. We don't want the background selected, but we want every other layer there selected. And what I'm going to do is go up to the layer menu and merge those layers. That converts it all into one big shape now. And what we're going to do in a moment is drag that across to our business card and put it onto it. But we'll do that shortly. To start the business card though, what we want to do is bring up our rulers around the top and the left hand side of our page. You simply press Ctrl or Command R to bring those up. What we're going to do with these rulers is bring some safety margins onto our page. Okay, I'll show you what they are. If we pick up the top ruler and drag it down, what I want you to do is drop that ruler at the 3mm mark. So just near your mouse cursor, you'll see a little black box that says Y. And then when you get to 3mm, drop it into place. Okay, and we're going to do the same on the left hand side. So grab a left ruler and drop it into the 3mm mark. Then from the top, I'm going to drag another one down, and we want to get it 3mm from the bottom. So let's go back to the 52mm mark. Drop it in position, and same on the right hand side. Okay, drag it in 3mm from 90 and you'll get 87mm. There we go. So the point of these rulers being dropped on your page is to create a safety margin. Sometimes when you send your work off to a printer and they chop out your business cards, they might miss this cut line, or the trim line they call it. And what we want to do is make sure that our important information like our logo and our text is inside this safety margin so it doesn't get chopped off if the printer makes that little mistake when they're cutting these business cards out. Okay, so all our text today and our images must be inside those blue lines, so we've got a little bit of room for error in case the printer doesn't cut our business card straight. Alrighty, so first thing we want to do is put a background color into this document. So let's grab our paint bucket tool, go to our fill color down here. I'm going to choose a dark grey. Once I've got a pretty dark grey selected, click OK and just click once on your page, and that will put it in onto your background layer. Okay, leave that layer locked, and we're going to make another new layer, and we're going to call it, by double clicking on it there, stripes. Now what we're going to do is grab our rectangle tool and draw some stripes down the left hand side of the page. If we look at the example, you can see some white and blue stripes running down the left hand side of this business card. Okay, so once you've selected your rectangle tool, pop up the top with your fill color there, choose white, and simply draw a rectangle on the page like so. We're going to adjust its properties in a moment to get it into the position we want. Once you've drawn that rectangle, you need to get access to your properties panel. If you can't see that, just grab it from your window menu. While that shape's selected, what I want you to change is the width, and I want it to be 6 millimeters. The height, I want it to be the same as the business card, so that is 55 millimeters. The X and Y value for this just needs to be 0 and 0. And that's going to push it right into the corner of our page. Okay, it's the same width as our business card, and it goes 6 millimeters across. Okay, so that's the first stripe on our page done. We're going to draw a second rectangle now, and this time we're going to use that blue color we chose before. I already know it's just there in my color palette. If you forget the blue, forget the code for it, I'll just double click over here. Actually, there it is, sorry, 00AEEF. Okay, that's the code you're looking for this blue. You don't have to have exactly the same as me, but something similar would be nice. And simply just draw a rectangle onto your page again. Doesn't matter what size, because we're about to change it. Okay, so in your properties panel again, let's make the width half the size. So we're going to go 3 millimeters, half the size of the white one. The height will stay the same though, which is 55 millimeters. That's the same height as our business card. Don't worry about your X value just yet, but your Y value you want to set to 0 so it hits the top of your page again. Okay, now to move it into position, just have your move tool selected and just move it across, and it'll snap onto the white box when you're close enough to it. That's the stripes in our page done. To finish off the front of this business card, we are going to go back to our logo that we created before. Simply pick it up, drag it across to your business card tab and drop it onto your page. Hold shift, make sure your show transform controls are selected up the top, and you can resize that. Make sure you hold shift when you do it so it stays in proportion. Now you want to get it in the middle of your page like so. Now you're just going to have to guess, once it's in the center, press the tick at the top, and that's the front of your business card all finished. Okay, pretty easy. To make the back, just go to File and New, and we're going to set up the same document at 90 by 55 millimeters, 300 pixels per inch for the resolution, and CMYK color mode. Here's the back of our document. I'm going to set it up the same way by bringing on our guides to, bring our guides onto the 3 millimeter mark from each side of the page. So this one will be 52 down the bottom. We want 3 millimeters just here. And we want 87 millimeters over the other side. Okay. Now what we're going to do is just go back to our front business card. Okay, what we're going to do is just select all these layers. I want to unlock that background for a minute. So we're going to steal that background color as well. Hold shift and click on all those layers so they're all selected. Simply pick them up and go over to your tab where you've got your new document and drop them into place. Just move that until it snaps right into the center. Your guides should show you when you're there. Okay, this is the back of our business card now. First thing, just resize that logo, make it a bit smaller. Make sure you hold shift when you do it and push it up the top here for the time being. Press the tick when you're done. Next thing you want to do is switch these stripes over to the other side of the page. So that's an easy one. Simply pick up the white one first, move it straight across and snap it into the corner. Blue one will just come straight across and snap onto the white one. Okay, your guide should show you when you're in position. Now that logo just needs to come up somewhere in that top right hand corner. Alrighty. Looking at my layers box, this background layer here serves no use to us. It's just a empty white box, so just trash that. Okay. This layer one here is now our background, so we can rename that to background and lock it into place. Stripes are all good, so we can lock them. Rectangle 1, that's our other stripe, so I might just call that stripe 2. We can lock that. And our logo, we can lock that as well. So we've got our basics all sorted there. Just want to make one more new layer. and call it contact details. I'm going to put some contact details down the left here by simply grabbing our text tool, making sure our text is white, and just draw a text box on the page. Okay, I've chosen Helvetica Light for my font. I can choose, might even go a little bit thicker, I might go Helvetica Regular. If you don't have Helvetica installed on your computer, just choose a simple font that looks similar. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is put the phone number in. I'm just making these up as I go. After the phone number, we want to put the address, so write the letter A, and we'll just make up an address. Oops. After that, we'll put in an email address, so alan@alanhughesphotography.com, and finally a website, so write www://alanhughesphotography.com. Alright, just to add a bit of colour to this, I might highlight the first letter P here with the colon and just change its colour to that blue. Okay, so just do that for the start of each line. We're going to choose that nice blue colour we've got going throughout our business card here. And the last one, click OK. Now we just need to get this in position, so I might just, with my text tool, I need to select this text, and then I can resize this box. Okay, and then I can grab my move tool, just move that down somewhere in the bottom left hand corner. Remember to stay inside those safety margins. Okay, so that looks pretty good. If you find your text is too clumped together, what you can do is grab your character panel, which is this one here, and up comes your character panel over here. You can change the line height, which is this one just here, the one with the little up and down arrow and the two A's. The bigger you go, the more space you're going to have between each line of text. The smaller you go, the more cramped up your text is going to be. So I'll just go back to what I had because I think it looked good. Size wise, I think that looks pretty good. Might be able to just unlock this logo and make it a little bit bigger. Okay, there is a fair bit of empty space here, but I think it's used effectively. Looks professional. It's quite simple and very clean. So to finish those off now, we just need to go to File, and we can Save As, and we'll call this Business Card Rear. And what you want to save it as, I think just for now you can save it as a JPEG. Okay. If you were ready for print, you'd probably want to save it as a PDF. So actually I might go Photoshop PDF and click on Save. Okay, let's go back. Oops. Let's click OK on that box. It'll tell you a few different things here, but basically if you've got high quality print selected up the top, it's good to be saved. So just click Save PDF. Again, just click Yes. I'm going to go back to the front now, File, Save As. This time I'll call it Business Card Front. It's a Photoshop PDF document again. Click Save, click OK, click Save, click Yes. Alright, they're now saved. If I go into my account here, I'll go onto my desktop, find this folder where I've saved them. Oops, looks like they're still saving. They're going a little bit slow. There's the first one now, it's saved. You can see these PDFs appearing. Okay, if I just have a quick preview of them, there's my front, there's my back. Nice high quality files ready for print. Okay, so you're all done there now. Save it up as a just a Photoshop document, a PSD file if you do want to come back and edit that. Right,